Thank you. With the growth of an area from a regional outer metro area that is relying upon Campbelltown, Wollongong or even Canberra, Wollondilly's future is very, very bright. We will have the growth and fill-in development that will make the villages and towns grow. And with this growth and extra people, there is a reliance on a lot of extra services. The more attractive investments like roads, education facilities and small park upgrades are often the things on the top of someone's mind when an area will go from small villages to a regional centre. What is not considered is the distance that's needed to travel for essential services, and I mean not just ordinary services, but the services that unwell people need to use to provide them with a chance to survive. Cancer is the big silent killer. There are so many charities and days recognising the different types of cancers, but what we don't consider is to get treatment and fight. Often you are dealing with high amounts of radiation and needs to be comfort given to patients who receive the treatment. Modern cancer treatment centres are built, usually with a dozen or so chairs, administered by doctors and nurses who treat patients with rare diseases and cancers that need special treatment. In 2004, the day I was elected to council, was the day I was also informed by my glum-looking GP that I had adenocarcinoma, and they didn't know where the primary was. I can't remember my first 2 years on council, as I had many rounds of chemo, radiation and surgery. Once I was feeling very sorry for myself when a young child with no hair, pale, sitting in a wheelchair, dressed in a hospital gown, asked me if I was okay. I told myself to buck up, I had nothing to complain about, and I learnt someone is always worse off than you. During this time, there was a drug called Herceptin that took my chances of survival from 50-50 to 95-5, and while the costs of $3,300 every 3 weeks for a year was prohibitive for most people, I managed to get it on PBS at the end, the very last treatment. I had to visit treatment centres far outside Wollondilly to get this, which brings me to the need we have today, a cancer treatment centre at Bowral Hospital. Statistics show that the Wollondilly and Southern Highlands area have the same amount of patients as areas like Bankstown, but we have no public treatment centre. To make matters worse, like my own treatment, seeing specialist doctors in other hospitals, the patient numbers of Wollondilly counts towards mega hospital areas and they don't count towards our own area. The number we have don't even count the patients that are privately referred outside the region. We need to start investing outside of the city and reinforce the great work done at our regional public hospitals. It is not a matter of either or. The existing care facilities in mega hospitals are needed, but we also need the services in the region. Recently, the government has progressed with the Bowral Hospital revitalisation, and the revitalisation has made the hospital look a lot better, but we are yet to see increased services to give the best value for the actual improvement. Recently, I met with representatives of the Country Women's Association Wollondilly Group, who have publicly called for support for the funding of a cancer treatment centre at Bowral Hospital. President Jennifer Woodwell said CWA advocates for public cancer patients in the Southern Highlands to receive treatment in Bowral. The population across the Southern Highlands has grown significantly since the COVID pandemic, and its growth is set to accelerate. Simultaneously, the dramatic expansion in southwest Sydney, particularly in Menangle Park, Wilton, and the Western Sydney Airport corridor, means our residents will be competing for oncology services at already stretched hospitals in Campbelltown and Liverpool. Despite increasing demand, Southern Highlands cancer patients are currently served by a small public-private partnership clinic operating from a private hospital, supported only part-time by generalist oncologists from Campbelltown. Many people are still travelling long distances for diagnosis and treatment, and some over 90 minutes each way, placing immense physical, emotional and financial strain on patients and their families. And I know we have space at Bowral for those chairs. I thank the Country Women's Association for adding their voice for our call for the Cancer Treatment Centre at Bowral Hospital. I won't rest until the centre is delivered so that we get the services to match the growth that we have received. As an independent, I get to lobby for what's needed, not what's politically easy, and I look forward to working with the government to get this vital service for the Wollondilly and Southern Highlands community.